Big thank you to everyone who commented on the last video. Very useful to hear people's opinions. I think the consensus, the crowd-sourced consensus, is that pretty much all of the coins are too low value to think about getting graded. And that's an interesting lesson to learn. You know, my rule of thumb is that, generally speaking, if a coin is valued at over a couple of $100, then quite often it's a good idea to get it graded. $100, then maybe, you know, there's an argument that's got to be made. $25, almost never, unless for other reasons. So let's start this next box of mega grading results with some very lovely limited edition rare silver coins from New Zealand. You'll have seen these Kiwi coins, or not these particular Kiwi coins, but some Kiwi coins over the last few videos. Every now and again, there are 500 gold coins made every year by the New Zealand Post Office, and this particular collector who collects Kiwis also collects now the silver Kiwis as well. 1872 sovereign there. There should be some more Kiwis coming up as well, because there were quite a few of them. 1886 M Australia. A lot of people are really into Australian sovereigns. I like Australian sovereigns, and I think I focus, if I can, on the Melbourne Mint. 1886 was a very rare year for shieldback Melbourne sovereigns, but the ones that have the St George on are quite a lot more plentiful. Okay, so let's have a look here. We've got some kind of... Okay, so these coins, or it may not be these ones, but somewhere in here, are a couple of coins that had CGS, Coin Grading Services, grading labels on. They were in English slabs as opposed to American slabs, and the English CGS scale goes up to 100, and it's kind of interesting. You can see here 1872 shield CGS 70 translated to MS62, so NGC gave it a slightly higher grade than its CGS equivalent should have given it. And then you've got the other one, which got a CGS 75, and that's equated to an MS61. And I think that was maybe either a tiny bit lower or about spot on in terms of the grading. So fairly close, those two, to their CGS equivalents. Next one you're seeing here comes with a PCGS label. It was a PCGS AU58, and it did cross, as you can see, to NGC, and it crossed at the same grade exactly. The person who sent this in wanted to have it in an NGC holder no matter what. I could have given it the instruction to cross only if it got better than an AU58, in which case it will probably still be in a PCGS holder. And all those PCGS labels do eventually get sent back to PCGS so that they can take those coins out of the PCGS census. So this one, unfortunately, NGC said this was cleaned. Do you guys think it looks cleaned? I'm not 100% sure whether it looks cleaned, but I guess the numismatists at NGC say that it was, that Luxembourg one. So Britannia, and this is a new pedigree, the Mac collection. So you can register a pedigree if you want to have your coins put into a collection. There are no real limits, but obviously if you try and get a pedigree which is too outlandish, then NGC will probably refuse it. What I tend to do is I write to NGC first before I send the coins in, and I ask for permission to use a new pedigree. and either it's fine with them or it's not fine. And so far, I think I've probably done that half a dozen times, and it's all been absolutely fine each time. So you'll see some coming up with the Liberium collection. There's the Mac collection, the CT collection, the Regal collection. All of those pedigrees, if you see them, they came via yours truly, Numismatics. And here's a mint error one. Luxembourg. And there was one that was an essay coin as well, a trial coin, slightly different finish, a kind of SP finish. Whether that was the one or not, don't think so. That was the one. 1964 Luxembourg essay coin. It didn't achieve an amazing grade in the end. It got a 65, even after conservation. That one was picked out for conservation by NGC. I think people are hunting a little bit more for these than they were. These three snowmen coins, these belong to me. These are the ones that I got originally from the Royal Mint a few months ago, and had them all graded. I don't think I have them conserved at all, just graded, and they all got a 70, which is pretty good going. None of them got the grey hat variety. They've all got the green hat variety. East India Company. First one of these that I've had graded. It's not one that most people would choose to be graded because it's not really going to give it a dramatic price uplift, but it is a really, really nice example of a bullion coin design. I don't know whether I've still got some of these. I bought 3 of them when they came out for my collection, chose not to grade mine. And these are interesting. These are, well, if you look on the label, one of the giveaways is that it has £2 as the denomination instead of G pound 2 or S pound 2. It's actually a standard cupro-nickel kind of version. And I did tell you there were some other Kiwis in this box. I think there are either 5 or 6 of them. Special edition, special finish, limited mintage Kiwis. Very, very nice coins, and they did pretty well as well. So, Kiwis. Lots and lots of Kiwis. Don't know why they didn't get all 70s. I thought most of them got 70s. Okay, so what's next on this side of the box? And it's Mr. 1967's Maundy money. They seem to have a real problem working out which side to put the Queen on this Maundy money. I had 2 graded before and 2 graded now. Some of them have the Queen on the right side or the front side. Some of them have the number, but it is frustrating that they don't do it in a consistent way. So I'm now left with 2 one side and 2 the other, which is a bit of a pain, really. I remember this one when it came in. Netherlands, Australia friendship coin, and it's one of those coins that very limited kind of mintage, only one I've ever seen come in for grading. It got a 70, but it's got a great modern design on it. And this one's a good one as well. I was really happy with this one. 2007, tiny panda, but it got a 70, and a 2007 coin getting a 70 on pandas is very unusual. Here's a 2008, and you can see that one only got a 69, which is not really what the owner wanted, but no, it's better than a 68, I guess. 2009 also got a 69, and these are modern pandas, and it's quite nice to get 70s on anything from 2008 onwards. So those were a bit of a disappointment, really. 1997, you can be a bit more forgiving when it comes to pandas. The month of May is going to be a pretty big month for new coins, so why not use the special code for May, valid until the 31st of May, and the code is Larry. The code is Larry. Valid at thecoinconnection.co.uk. So, what code name was that? Code name Larry. I won't tell you which Larry it stands for, but we'll be having names, I think, over the next few months. So codename Larry for 2% off. Ballerinas, Russia. I've had a few of these coins over the years, and they're really, really nice, and lots of people collect. They do palladium versions and gold versions. Really nice little coins. Queen's Beast, another falcon, another 70. Lots of collectors of the Queen's Beast series still. It'll be interesting when this series ends, if everyone goes back to Britannia's, or whether the Royal Mint managed to find a way of repeating the success they've had with the Queen's Beasts coins. So 10 of these, and I think they've hit on something really special to have 10 coins, 2 a year, 5-year period. It's not so long that people get bored with it. It's not too short that it's over in an instant. So I think really, really good pacing on the Queen's Beasts. 89, difficult year for 70s. A lot of people grade sets of these coins, and the sets almost never get a 70 rating. Half Sovereign, 2012 special year, low mintage. Quality seems pretty good on these coins. I've had quite a few 70s recently, so they have been conserved normally when they get a 70, but some of them, if they look perfect, then they can often get a 70 without conservation. If they've had handling damage, then they might need some kind of conservation. People have said in comments, why do modern proofs need to be conserved? The answer is they don't. You can take your chances. It's almost like a bit of an insurance policy. It's about $11 extra to pay NGC to review the coin. Sometimes if they don't think it can benefit for conservation, they may not even do anything to it. They may just send it for grading. If they feel that there's a little bit of handling on it that can be improved by getting the surface clean before it's graded, then that's $11 well spent, because if there are any marks that are visible, then that's probably going to get you a 68 or a 69. Oh, this is one of my favourites. This one is really, really interesting. It's a Britannia with rotated dies. So it's an error coin, 58. And look at the other side of it. Look, I mean, that is cool. That is a really cool coin. And it's a circulation coin as well. And it's been minted with the dies going the other way, kind of 45 degrees, 90 degrees, sorry. Very, very nice indeed, and very unusual to get one of those graded. And while we're on the subject of really unusual coins and very valuable coins, 2016 double dated. So it's dated 2016 on the coin, but the micro dates that are around on the other side of the coin, you can see here the micro dates round the rim, though it's micro engraving round the rim, which is a security feature. On the other side is a micro date, and they've used well, effectively they've got micro dating that says 2017 with a coin date of 2016, and there is one of those. Apparently somebody's told me one of those is on eBay at the moment for around about £900 or so. So it's a pretty rare coin, and this may be the first one that's actually been graded with this error at NGC. So pretty cool coin and very rare coin, and it got a good grade as well. 66, not a bad grade at all. This is back to these kind of circulation. They're not really circulation coins because they've come out of the BU packs, the Royal Mint packs. So they're not really coins that have been in circulation, but they go through all of the series of coins that they produced at the Mint before they became two-tone. So all the oldest £2 designs from the late 80s. And it's unusual to get these graded. Clearly the grading of them is very expensive relative to the price of the coin, but it's very nice for people who collect these coins to get them graded, and they all did pretty well, really, considering they are not specially produced coins, but they're not really circulation coins either. If you get a chance to look up the April edition of Coin World, you'll see an interesting article about the battles that go on between dealers and people who are pro-grading in Germany, written by my friend Sebastian, very good writer, coin writer, and he's written an article as a report from Germany. So if you've got access, or you can find it, or it's on the Facebook group as well, Numismatics Facebook group, you can see that article. Thanks for the shout out, Sebastian, in that article, and very interesting insight into the war. And it is a bit of a war between those who are in the old school, where they want to fondle the coins and have the potential to be a little bit underhand in some way in terms of the way coins are presented, or the mob who quite like the idea of independent third-party grading. And you can read about that battle in the article. Anyway, that's all from me. Until the next mega results video.